Hi class, I wanted to put out just a brief video update on where we are in the class and kind of moving forward a bit. So we are smack dab in the middle of the t-tests, and you guys have been doing great with turning in your homework with the t-tests, and I think overall doing a really great job with the calculations and the formulas and the theory behind the statistics in general. I've been really overall impressed with the homework. So I just wanted to offer a little bit of encouragement with once we're in the independent t-tests, you're starting to see some of the more complicated calculations. Not that the math is complicated again, but there's just a lot of calculation. I mean, there's the pooled variance and all the degrees of freedom stuff, and there's just quite a bit going on, and I do realize that. So that's why it's really important to keep showing your work. I commented on a few of your homeworks where I felt like you guys really showed your work really well, and it saved you because some of the calculations were a little bit off, but you did everything correctly, so you got a lot of points, and that's really awesome. So good work with that. Moving ahead, so after the t-tests, we have the ANOVAs, and the ANOVAs in terms of calculations are probably the most complicated that we will do. Again, not that the math is complicated, but there's just a lot of calculation. It will be somewhat similar to the independent t-test in terms of just a lot of calculations and kind of little numbers to keep track of. So I encourage you guys to keep staying organized in your homework and lining things out and doing it in a way that's easy for me to understand in terms of I can look at it and understand what your process was, but also easy for you to understand and for you to keep yourself organized and on track. I also really continue to encourage you to look at the feedback that I give you on the homework. I'm continuing to try to give everyone feedback on the homework. So you guys have probably been seeing I still continue to highlight what is incorrect, but then I'm writing in red where I think things went wrong or recommendations for future homework assignments and things like that. A lot of it, guys, from the past week or so has just been continuing to be diligent with doing the same thing over and over again. I know that after calculating an independent t-test or what you'll find an ANOVA, the last thing you want to do is write up an APA formatted paragraph in APA format, but just you've worked this hard, you come this far, just finish off the problem, and you'll be done. So you guys have been working really hard though with regards to the calculations, and I think that's awesome. The other thing that you'll see on some of the homeworks is Blackboard has a cool option where I can draw and write on your homework assignments through Blackboard. So I try to cue you into when I do that. I'll still provide the attachment, but I also may literally do some scribbles on your homework. Especially if you're submitting pictures to me, it's easier just to circle something in red with the Blackboard pencil, just to see that, hey, this is the number that's off, and then therefore all your other numbers are off. Your process was right, but because this one little calculation was incorrect, you pressed a number wrong on your calculator or you used the wrong number or what have you, everything else is also incorrect. So that's why the partial credit comes in though. So just wanted to give you guys kind of a thumbs up and keep moving forward. We're almost we might be over the halfway point in the semester. I'm not quite sure. I'd have to really look at the day count. But either way, we're right about there, and you guys are really kind of getting towards the summit a little bit. It might be a little bit in sight right now. So keep moving forward, keep emailing me questions, and keep up the good work.